It goes without saying that 2020 has been very hard on the theme park industry. In fact, even the juggernauts like Cedar Fair, Universal, and of course Disney have been hit very, very hard. In China, for example, and other Asian markets, they're also suffering from financial issues, and it's no wonder. But should we have expected the massive layoffs at Disney that were coming? Yeah, I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, hiss and foes, welcome to the Culture Casino.
A few months ago, I stated that theme parks and their conglomerate owners were only beginning the cycle of furloughs and layoffs that would come to pass over the period of the rest of the year. The media side of things have had their first round or two of these layoffs, furloughs, reductions in staffing, whatever you want to call them. And now we're starting to see the real consequences when you have states that are restraining trade and not returning to business as normal, at least in a controlled or normalized way. Massive layoffs, greater than the number claimed by the Parks, Products, and Experiences Chief Josh DeArmoro, are on the horizon. The number of 28,000 is not likely to be the only ones that are occurring across the Disney properties. In fact, I would say that the bulk of those numbers will be coming from the Disneyland Resort, but there will be additional folks let go across the board. In fact, they are already laying off entertainers in various locations across Walt Disney World, which includes some of the Polynesian performers, the Grand Floridian Orchestra, etc., etc. Now, Josh pulled very few punches when he put out his statement today, when he was calling out all of the reasons for the staffing reductions that had to occur. His statement was brief and clear. In fact, I'll read it to you. In light of the prolonged impact of COVID-19 on our business, including limited capacity due to physical distancing requirements and the continued uncertainty regarding the duration of the global crisis, exacerbated in California by the state's unwillingness to lift restrictions that would allow Disneyland to reopen, we have made the very difficult decision to begin the process of reducing our workforce at the Parks, Experiences, and Products segment at all levels. That's a lot of people. A lot of people. Having kept non-working cast members on furlough since April while paying healthcare benefits, approximately 28,000 domestic employees will be affected, of which about 67% are part-time. That's huge. And we are talking with impacted employees as well as to the unions on the next steps for union represented cast members. I guess those would be their full-timers that forced them into the union situation. Over the past several months, we've been forced to make a number of necessary adjustments to our business, and as difficult as this decision is today, we believe that the steps we are taking will enable us to emerge a more effective and efficient operation when we return to normal. Our cast members have always been key to our success, and he's absolutely correct there, playing a valuable and important role in delivering a world-class experience, and we look forward to providing opportunities where we can for them to return, which means they'd like to bring these people back, and there's a lot of good reasons for that, which we'll get to in a moment. But in the statement, he clearly states the state's unwillingness to lift restrictions. Let that sink in for a second, because it's a solid statement. Josh understands that his fiefdom represents more than 40% of the quarterly income for the entire company. That's a lot. He also understands that the park's president is usually in line for the CEO position of the company. That also seems to happen quite often. And he needs this job to be his springboard, and he would obviously be the best choice, as far as most of us are concerned, to replace the failing CEO in Bob Chapek, because Bob's really good at doing one thing, and that's penny pinching and cost cutting. I guess that's two things. No, I think it's just one thing. Anyway, the statement that Josh made was a political one. It was as political as it was a practical business statement, in fact. It calls into question the leadership of California's governing bodies. It also firmly states that the loss of jobs in Southern California is attributable to that leadership. Now, as I avoid politics on my channel, I try to avoid them like the plague, I will only say that Orange County, as the area where Disneyland sits, among several other cities in that region, is historically red, and this will largely impact that particular area now and for many years to come. That area alone generates about $230 billion in gross domestic product. That's pretty good in a state of $3.2 trillion. And the loss of the business from Disney alone has already been staggering and will continue to be that way, obviously, for a little while longer. As I always do, I step back and I take a high-level view of things from a business perspective. These layoffs, as practical as they can be, will likely only affect the primarily part-time employees, about 67%. But there will be significant losses to full-timers as well. With those full-timers, a lot goes with them. In fact, a ton of institutional knowledge will be leaving the company. That institutional knowledge, along with tradition and training, will likely never be recoverable. In a service and front-facing customer business, your merited longtime employees are your buffer to poor business practices and shallow approaches that come from a penny-pinching tendency in times like these. Historical Disneyland may continue on for generations to come, but this time will mark either a future recovery or a terribly sad decline. I'm hoping for recovery. On this video today, I wear one of my prized Imagineering shirts in honor of the folks that work so hard to bring so many so much joy. If you want to comment on this video, because I wanted to keep it short, please put your comments below. I will try to get to them. I just wanted you to all understand where I'm coming from, especially with a company that I love, when it comes to these layoffs. I'm saddened, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Anyway, utilize those fields below for any comments that you might have about this particular situation. Please take the time to support my fellow content creators here on YouTube. These independent creators certainly need your support to help them grow and to have their channels prosper, because they're not often recommended by the platform itself. Thank you for your support of my channel here. I truly appreciate it. You guys really do make this all possible, and it does mean the world to me. I can't say it any more plainly. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, and until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.